All right, so tell us what you're doing. We had a bit of a technical difficulties.
Okay, so today I am making...
You making greens, all right,
yes,
cool.
Vegetarian Southern style. So I'm not going to be using any pork. So...
But what on Southern style make it... I thought Southern style was involved pork though. Why?
No, this is the vegetarian style, so we're going to be using the vegetable broth instead of chicken broth or pork meat or anything like that. These are the ingredients that you're going to need: vegetable broth, butter, cumin, salt and pepper, olive oil. Can you see the counter or no?
Yeah, I can see the counter.
Collard greens. I'm making a lot, so this is like 2 pounds of collard greens.
Did you wash those? How did you come to that?
Oh yes. So to wash these collard greens, you can... Sunny Anderson is from foodnetwork.com is where I got this recipe from. And she advised us to make the collard greens the night before, clean the collard greens the night before. So that, because it takes about 20 minutes to wash all these, and you just soak it in water and then dump it out, and then second time, and then the second time dump it in water again, and then have that soak for another 10 minutes. Okay. And I have spinach. She just used collard greens, but I have a pound of spinach as well for more protein, since we're not getting any pork in this collard greens. There's also an onion involved, and little hack to cut onions without crying. You just have a bowl of water, doesn't matter if it's warm or cold water, by where you're cutting, and the gas from the onions, when you cut it, it's attracted to water. So instead of it going to your eyes, making you cry, it will go directly to the bowl of water.
Ain't that a bitch?
So
all this time.
So I'm going to get to cutting this onion. I'm not a chef, so...
You're not a chef, dude. What the fuck you cooking? What the hell you cooking for?
I don't know how to professionally cut an onion.
So what is the purpose of this video if you're not a chef?
This is help you make recipes that are online, and to also give you a review before you cook it. Word,
okay. Now if I see you crying, I know that shit don't work. Talking about putting water to the side.
Yeah, you put the water to the side.
Is it a certain type of water? Can it be Fiji water or something like that? You gotta be Fiji water?
It doesn't matter what kind of water.
What the hell is cumin? Is that some type of pepper or what?
Sunny Anderson said that cumin will give us that kick that the pork will give us. Okay. So we're not missing any of the spices that the pork will have in there.
So I can eat cumin and eggs in the morning and not know the difference?
No, not that you necessarily not know the difference, but vegetarian has a stigma that they eat bland food.
Word.
So to make this more of an enjoyable meal, you just add spices to it. Okay,
now so what's going on in the pot over here? What's that?
So in the pot, you're gonna add 1 tablespoon of butter and 1 tablespoon of oil. And over medium-high heat on a big pot, you're gonna melt that in the pot.
Man, you kind of fine. You dating somebody up here cooking and shit? Got your little nice outfit on? What's going on?
I am in a relationship.
Word, okay.
A little Q&A about me.
Okay.
I am in a
relationship. I tell you what, we can put that in another YouTube channel.
Yeah, I can have another.
You don't want to give it all away at once, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I have never done this before, so this recipe looked quite easy, so I figured I'll give it a try. And Sunny Anderson, she does have a history of cooking really good food, so...
Who the fuck is Sunny Anderson? What's she talking about?
I don't... She used to work for a hip-hop radio station, and she brought this to them to eat, because a lot of people there can't eat pork, or don't eat pork, so she brought this to them, and they kept requesting it, so I'm going to make this to see if I like it and give you guys a review. So the way I'm cutting the onions, it doesn't say how to cut the onions, so I'm just cutting them just regularly. Just cut a couple because I don't really like onions, but I think
just following the recipe.
Yeah. Like, because you know onions, once they start to cook, they get translucent and they get a little soft. So
translucent.
Yes. So you can start to. It's easier to eat them that way than them to be like crunchy, like in a burger.
Word up, word up.
So.
What's that dishwasher doing up? What you about to do right now?
Then add the red pepper flakes. Wait.
Okay,
so it's telling me to add the onions to the pot.
Now, how long has that been cooking?
It
on
says
the whole
about
time?
2 minutes.
You turned on the second hour. Why you do that?
No, it's the same one.
Oh, okay.
I just turned it off.
down?
Yeah, because it was taking me a while to to cut the onions. Because the butter is already melted in there, so I didn't want to burn the butter.
You stirring it right now? Are you supposed to be
I'm
sauteing?
sauteing the onions for about 2 minutes, it says. So I'm just gonna saute that.
I can't really see what's going on. Let me get a better look.
And then for the
okay, that probably look empty. You sure you cooking?
yeah, and then the rest of the onions, you can save it for another recipe. So these onions are cut up different sizes. So, I mean, it shouldn't really matter how they're cut. I'm gonna cut them into chunks now. The onions.
You getting kind of lazy, I'll tell you. Kind of chef are you? No, you said you're not a chef. All right, so when does the salt come into play?
Okay, the salt will come into play. Let's see. So about 2 minutes. I'm not gonna necessarily time it. I'm just going to
cook from the soul. That's called soul food cooking. Where you cooking without the time and well, you're not really cooking. You're using a recipe, but you know it's from the soul. You can just feel it. You know.
Yeah, I am using measuring cups. However,
what you doing with that paring knife? Why you putting?
I was just trying to cut some more of the onions, but.
All right, so you cut it incorrectly and you realize your mistake. So you trying
it's just that some of them are thicker than I want them to be, but it's all right. You can always pick through whatever you don't like. I just think that the onion will give it a flavor as well. That's why I didn't skip the onion part.
Word. Make my mouth water. It smells good. Okay. You can tell how you know what you're doing by the smell. You know.
And then it says to add the garlic. And there's a hack for this. I haven't tried it yet. This is actually my first like actual garlic clove that I bought. So it says that you can unpeel the garlic by putting it in 2 bowls or 2, you know, things that you can close like this.
Yes, ma'am.
And then shake it.
I thought they said you're supposed to hit it and then do that.
Oh. Okay.
So when you say hack, what do you mean by hack?
A hack is like a shortcut to make your life easier.
So do you know any more hacks in regards to food? You told us one about the onions.
So you saying smash it like?
Yeah, you're supposed to
like
smash
this?
it. But that's when it's already still in the deal there. I would just cut it up. I don't know exactly what.
Okay. So it could be because my onion isn't necessarily the freshest, gun.
So you're telling us that your produce isn't fresh now?
Well, I don't know.
Who are you cooking for?
I should just use garlic powder, but I don't think it matters because people eat spotted brown bananas, so why can't I have a garlic that's been riped?
I'm not entirely sure about the shelf life of garlic, but you know, we do exercise, you know, using the freshest produce.
Yes.
Maybe you should taste it before you dump it into the food. If
just
you feel
taste the thing of garlic.
Well, if you feel comfortable in what you're cooking, you should taste it. You just said it.
Garlic is really strong though. So it's been unpeeled and it looks okay on the inside.
How does it smell?
this is my first garlic in my life, so I don't know if you're supposed to smell it now or once.
Now, are you supposed to cut that up or do you put the whole thing in there? Because somebody could be eating a bowl of greens or whatever and, you know, get a big ass piece of garlic. You know, I know.
You're supposed to finely. You're supposed to cut the garlic really thin.
You gotta go thinner than that. You got a chalkboard over here. Are you gonna write like today's meal or what is that right there?
Oh yeah. So what I'm going to do, I think garlic melts or something.
You think garlic melts?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to like dissolve into the pot. Oh.
That's pretty good, okay.
Especially since I'm adding a little bit more greens.
Now how long before we put the greens in there? Cause it sure is taking a while.
I know.
You know, a motherfucker like me, you know, I'm getting hungry watching you cook. Even though I just had some pizza.
Yeah. I can start to smell it. And the onions are caramelizing.
Can you close the dishwasher? Cause it's making me nervous.
You can see the dishwasher?
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh my gosh.
Got your business all out in the
So another
street?
hack, you guys, if you don't have a dish dryer, after you're done washing your dishes, put them on a dish rack, you can just use your dishwasher. Because you know your dishwasher don't really work.
I don't know. That's a whack. I don't know about that life hack. Life hack's supposed to substantially, you know, provide a different outlook on things you've been doing for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think everybody knows if you ain't got no dish rack, you just toss it in the dishwasher.
Well,
so you two out
you'll be amazed at what you think people know.
I bet 80% of the viewers know that, you know.
Okay, so after that.
You 2 out of 3 on the life hacks.
Okay, here comes the garlic greens.
Now I'm starting to smell a little burnt. So
For real?
You might turn some.
For real?
You might want to turn some power down on that thing. Yeah.
Hey.
Keep it nice and low.
Okay, here we go.
Oh shit. Just drop on the thing. Okay. Now what you gotta do with that?
Now she wraps it into like a
She. Who is she?
Sunny Anderson.
Oh, okay.
And then she just cuts it. And if you don't, I wonder if the other knife would be better.
Now, you can use that knife for a lie. Is that a good knife or you get that?
Walmart. Making up words now.
Yeah. That's a big ass knife. That's a big ass knife to be cutting lettuce and shit with. Goddamn. You went from Tiny Tim to Jason.
Okay, guys.
Mike Myers.
So the water in the collard greens will help it to cook.
Oh shit, it's supposed to be popping like that? Ain't supposed to be some water in there or something to keep that from...
The water from the collard greens.
The water from the collard greens. Now why wouldn't a person use mustard greens for this recipe?
I have no idea.
Yeah, no idea. Now would that interfere with the taste? Well, how would that jeopardize the flavor of the recipe?
I guess it will taste more bitter.
And I noticed you threw the stock right there. Why you
Well, I'm just trying to hurry up and do it.
Okay, so now you're
I'm just
rushing.
gonna take off the stock.
Okay.
And then wrap it like a tortilla again.
Tortilla.
Make sure that you clean it, guys. So.
Now how long did it take you to clean it again?
It took me about 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah. You need to soak it in water. You can fill up your sink, clean your sink at first, and then fill it up with water, and then put the collard greens in there.
That's supposed to be popping right there. I hear some popping. She's popping.
Okay, so
Bitch, I knew it was
instead of
52.
medium heat, I'm gonna put it on 2. So instead of 5, I put it on 2. I would advise you guys to cut everything first before you start.
So you telling us you was ill prepared?
Well, learn from my mistakes, you guys.
Okay, well your prep work was kind of subpar from the get-go when you pulled out that onion and that water over there and you try to crush the garlic and a measuring thing there. So we understand that you was ill prepared, but we still got the gist of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You like your style, you know.
And I know it looks like there's a lot of collard greens here, but they start to wilter when it starts to cook.
Why can't you just say shrink? Why are you talking about wilter and shit?
Okay. It starts to shrink.
Okay. Hey, now, you know, like when they show kings and stuff, like, you know, getting fanned.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a big ass collard green. Is that a big ass collard green that they be fanning like kings and queens and shit?
I don't know.
Somebody should look that up.
I think it's banana leaves. I heard banana leaves are really huge.
I thought it was a big ass collard green. Now you don't look too handy with a knife, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your ability to use knives?
So I can see that my onions are turning brown. I forgot the crushed peppers. I'm gonna add. You
forgot, or you said that's when you add?
You're supposed to add the crushed peppers with the
free crushed peppers
with the garlic. You're supposed to add the.
Now I was looking for some crushed peppers when I was eating my pizza earlier. You telling me that that's what you took those from my pizza?
There were 3 packets, and you had the 2, and that one didn't even have all of them in there either. So.
Okay. You kind of strong. Turn the leaves and shit with your bare hands. I feel you. Now, how long does this entire recipe take to make?
Until greens are tender for about 40 minutes.
40 minutes? Okay.
8, 7, 6, 5. All right, guys. So the timer just went off. It's been 40 minutes. It's been on 5.
And clean up and nothing the whole time?
It's been on 5, so okay. Yeah, I didn't clean up, so. It smells good. You can smell it cooking after it hits like 20-30 minutes.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt.
Now, when are you gonna taste it?
Oh, maybe I should taste before I put in the salt and pepper.
I'm not entirely sure. I just want to see what the difference between what you did. What's the difference between vegetarian and collard greens and what you would normally do? How it normally tastes.
It will normally be a little salty, I think, because of the pork. How it would normally taste. Okay. But I'm just going to get a spoon.
So what would make us want to cook this instead of just getting us some collard greens and putting them in water and boiling them or whatever? Makes this taste better than just getting some collard greens and cooking them just regularly.
I think because this is healthier for you. It doesn't have pork, and pork is.
I know, but without the pork, let's say we just want to get collard greens. We just want collard greens. Not everybody puts pork in their collard greens, but what will make us want to do it your way, this way?
What will make you want to eat vegetarian style collard greens and my way is because I added spinach, and it gives you more protein since you're not getting any of the fat protein from the pork that will usually be in like traditional collard greens.
Vegetarian broth. I don't normally see people put that in their
Yeah, the vegetarian broth. Sunny Anderson advised us to use vegetarian broth instead of pork because, of course, after you're done cooking your meat, it's the water or juice that's left over. That's what broth is. You can make your homemade broth by putting that juice in the freezer, and then when it's done freezing, you scoop out the hard layer at the top, like a white layer, and you just scoop that out, and then the rest is broth. Or you can just buy it from the store. This is my first time making collard greens ever. I am going to taste it after I add a little bit of salt and pepper.
Have you tasted collard greens before this?
Yes, I have tasted collard greens before. So I'm gonna see if it tastes just like regular collard greens without all the fat, the unhealthy fat.
You taste this, we don't need no line. We need honest, truthful reaction.
I'm going to give you guys a raw reaction.
Okay.
As you can tell in my other videos, I give you an honest reaction. So here you go. Oh, it smells like normal collard greens.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. It's not salty. It's not really salty like the usual collard greens, but it has the same texture. Like it's a little bit crunchy, right?
Let me taste some.
What is it missing?
It's like broccoli.
Tastes like broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not salty like you expect it to be, but maybe I just didn't put enough salt in there. But it has the same texture, right?
Pass me some of that red rooster.
Red rooster.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. So you guys, if you want to make collard greens without the pork, you can definitely do that. You can add more salt. If you want to add more salt, get the Himalayan pink salt because I know it's better than regular salt. I know it's better for you. The collard greens was good. I would rate this a 7 because once I add more salt, a little bit more salt, it'll be good. It has the same texture as regular collard greens.
Now for the people who be a good substitute meat to put inside your vegetarian collard greens.
You can have this with potatoes, like with red potatoes. You can cook some potatoes with this and have it with potatoes. But this will be good just by itself. So thank you guys for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye.